Shredded chicken is one of the most useful meal prep ingredients, but chicken breast often ends up dry, stringy, and disappointing. Today, I'll show you why chicken thighs are a more forgiving option and how to cook them until they're fall apart tender. This method creates tender, shredded chicken that can be used to meal prep all week. Hi friend, come on in. Chicken thighs contain more fat and connective tissue than chicken breasts. During a long cook, that connective tissue breaks down into gelatin, helping the meat stay tender and juicy instead of stringy and dry. That extra fat also helps keep the chicken moist, making thighs much harder to accidentally dry out. They shred more easily than chicken breast, making this a great meal prep and make-ahead cooking option. I have some chicken thighs that I skinned and deboned. I also removed any large chunks of extra fat. I want to start with a lightly oiled sheet pan and put down a layer of onions on the bottom of the pan. This keeps the chicken from sitting directly against the hot pan while also adding moisture and flavor during the long cook. Add in rough chopped garlic to complement the flavors. The seasoning is very flexible. You can keep it neutral and add sauces later, or season it for a specific use right from the start. I'm keeping mine fairly neutral with salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. For tacos, I'd also add cumin and chili powder. Place the seasoned chicken on the onion and garlic base. Add in about a half cup of braising liquid. This should match your intended use. Use chicken stock for a neutral flavor, or apple juice for something sweeter. Cover with a piece of parchment paper, then wrap tightly with foil. If you'd rather use a covered baking dish or Dutch oven, that works too. The goal is simply to trap moisture while the chicken slowly becomes tender. Place this in the oven at 300 Fahrenheit or 175 Celsius for about 3 hours. The temperature isn't important. What is important is that the meat is fall apart tender when removed from the oven. Fork tender is the goal. If you pull the chicken out too early, it'll still be cooked through, but it won't shred easily and can feel tougher than it should. If the thighs do not pull apart when pulled with 2 forks, wrap it back up and put it back in the oven for at least another 30 minutes. This is about feel and texture, not time or temperature. Every oven cooks a little differently, and chicken thighs vary in size. That's why I don't focus on an exact cooking time. Instead, I'm looking for a texture. If the meat doesn't pull apart easily, it simply isn't ready yet. This is the ease with which the chicken should pull apart. This is what the breakdown looks like, the point where the connective tissue has turned into gelatin during the long cook. Allow the chicken to rest for about 5 to 10 minutes to allow the juices to redistribute through the meat. Remove the chicken from the bed of onions and shred. If you want to include the onions in the shred, assuming they aren't stuck to the pan, go ahead. If you have any braising liquid remaining, toss that with the chicken to keep the flavor and add extra moisture. Here is where the fun really begins. Once it's shredded, you're ready for easy meals throughout the week. Toss it with barbecue sauce for sliders, fold it into tacos, add it to rice bowls, stir it into chili, or use it in wraps and salads. If your shredded chicken has been dry in the past, the culprit may not have been your technique at all. Chicken thighs are simply more forgiving than chicken breasts, and a slow covered cook gives the connective tissue time to break down into tender, juicy meat. Once shredded, you'll have a versatile protein ready for meals throughout the week.